So, hello my friends, Devaun Lennox here, PhotographyPX. In today's video, we'll cover the top 10 best cameras for landscape photography. Do know you can find timestamps and links in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment. And also know this is not a sponsored video. Let's get started. Photographing vast landscapes and scaping vistas have a unique set of requirements, and unlike other forms of photography, a camera's overall image quality becomes the most important factor by far. You'll often face scenes with bright highlights and faint shadows, and these are the moments high-resolution cameras with ample dynamic range shine. Of course, many digital cameras could work for landscape photography, but not every camera is correctly apt for the environmental difficulties at hand. Freezing temperatures, rain, sleet, 20-mile-per-hour eye-watering dusty winds. These are all some of the common factors at play in landscape photography, and you'll likely have to hike some ways to find a unique angle not on the typical path. But sparkling waterfalls and epic sunsets are always worth it. Thus, other elements such as weather sealing, durability, signal to noise, handling, and battery life become more important factors. But not every camera provides this full setup. With that, we've created a list of the top 10 best cameras for landscape photography on the present market. Each is apt to tackle the challenges and deliver the performance needed to survive the most demanding shoots. Coming at number 10, Fujifilm's GFX 100S. Released in the spring of 2021, Fujifilm's GFX 100S makes venturing into medium format at least plausible for hardcore detail-driven photographers. It features a 102 megapixel sensor, a 3.2-inch three-way tilting touchscreen, a top deck status LCD, in-body stabilization, weather sealing, dual card slots, and wireless connectivity. The GFX 100S obtains Fuji's sophisticated 425-point phase detect AF system with support to -5.5 EV. A huge advantage over most entries in this class, which lack reliable autofocus altogether. But crucially, it offers a pixel shift multi-shot mode, creating an enormous 400 megapixel image, and it also pairs such power into a compact and noticeably small mirrorless body design that matches several of the cameras noted below on this list, making it more portable than peers and generally more versatile too. Even so, it still offers the outstanding dynamic range and excellent noise performance known to this format. In this case, 16-bit raw photos for greater latitude with notably better dynamic range and sharpness than comparable full-frame cameras. Overall, Fujifilm's GFX 100S redefines medium format and carefully expands the existing GFX lineup. So much so, finally, photographers have a plausible option without compromising their workflow for the sake of image quality alone. Coming at number 9, Nikon's D780. Released in the spring of 2020, Nikon's D780 is their most versatile SLR to date. It features a 24.5 megapixel sensor, a 3.2-inch touchscreen, a top deck status LCD, weather sealing, focus stacking, dual card slots, and wireless connectivity. The D780 obtains Nikon's flagship 51-point AF system, supporting -3 EV, originally taken from their flagship D5, but it was the first DSLR to incorporate a 273-point phase detect AF system from their Z series, significantly improving the camera's live view performance, but crucially entering live view bumps the AF support to -5 EV or -7 EV with the low light AF mode. As such, this camera offers little if any hesitations even in the most dimly lit scenes. It also obtains a native 900-second maximum shutter speed from the D810A to capture long exposures without an external trigger, yet you can capture up to 2200 plus of such exposures without fear of the battery running out in a remote setting. Overall, Nikon's D780 breaks new ground amongst DSLR capabilities, and it's an enormous upgrade to this particular platform. Coming at number 8, Canon's EOS R5. Released in the summer of 2020, Canon's EOS R5 is the current RF series flagship. It features a 45 megapixel sensor, a 3.2-inch fully articulating touchscreen, a top deck status LCD, in-body stabilization, focus bracketing, dual card slots, and wireless connectivity. The R5 obtains the dual pixel CMOS AF2 system originally debuted on the 1DX Mark III, and in total it offers 5940 selectable AF points that cover the entire image area with a 0.05 second acquisition time. This configuration makes it both the fastest and most confident camera in their entire RF lineup, yet Canon's managed to keep the camera relatively compact, and at only 650 grams body alone, it's about the same general size as the base EOS R. Even so, it provides a superior build quality and a similar magnesium alloy chassis from the 1DX series, vastly improving its weather sealing. Thus, it becomes superior in both image quality, speed, and now toughness. Overall, Canon's R5 remains a significant milestone in the RF lineup and indeed proves they're in the fight. Coming at number 7, Panasonic's S1R. Released in the spring of 2019, Panasonic's S1R is their first foray into the full-frame segment. It features a 47.5 megapixel sensor, a 3.2-inch three-way tilting touchscreen, dual card slots, weather sealing, in-body stabilization, HDR, and wireless connectivity. It obtains the 225 area contrast detect AF system with DFD technology from the Lumix G9. Even so, they refined the algorithms, giving the camera an impressive acquisition speed of 0.08 seconds and AF support to -6 EV. Yet despite its high resolution, it boasts an excellent signal-to-noise ratio, better rendering, and impressive high ISO performance, and it can also do so using the multi-shot high-resolution mode, capturing 187 megapixel JPEG images. Overall, Panasonic's S1R is quite an impressive release, considering it's the company's first full-frame mirrorless camera, and it makes sense why it was their most anticipated camera thus far. Coming at number 6, Nikon's Z7 II. Released in the fall of 2020, Nikon's Z7 II is a solid refresh. It features a 45.7 megapixel sensor, a 3.2-inch tilting touchscreen, a top deck status LCD, in-body stabilization, weather sealing, dual card slots, focus bracketing, and wireless connectivity. The Z7 II obtains Nikon's flagship 493-point hybrid phase detect AF system with support to -3 EV or -4 with the low light AF mode, but Nikon's added dual X-Speed 6 processors this go-round, improving its responsiveness. Even so, it features a native ISO of 64, which produces class-leading dynamic range and shadow recovery. It also lets you shoot long exposures outdoors without attaching an ND filter, a key benefit over rivals, and it also obtains the 900-second maximum shutter speed from the D780, perfect for astrophotography. Overall, Nikon's Z7 II improves on their initial efforts and refines the platform nicely with better general performance. Coming at number 5, Fujifilm's X-T4. Released in the spring of 2020, Fujifilm's X-T4 is the current X series flagship. It features a 26.1 megapixel sensor, a 3-inch vari-angle touchscreen, in-body stabilization, HDR, weather sealing, dual card slots, and wireless connectivity. The X-T4 obtains their 425-point phase detect AF system, which remains among the fastest in its class with a 0.02 second acquisition time. Yet it also offers AF support to -6 EV to boot. Even so, the 4th generation processor and sensor configuration here provides image quality that's mostly unmatched amongst other APS-C cameras, and coupled with its redesigned shutter, film simulations, and neural dials, it's the most capable photography camera they've released yet. Overall, Fujifilm's X-T4 is their best camera to date, and an enormous update to the already trend-setting X-T lineup. Coming at number 4, Pentax's K1 Mk II. Released in the spring of 2018, Pentax's K1 II refines their flagship lineup. It features a 36.4 megapixel sensor, a 3.2-inch cross-tilt screen, a top deck status LCD, in-body stabilization, weather sealing, dual card slots, HDR, and wireless connectivity. With the Mark II, Pentax adds the handheld dynamic pixel shift mode, a high-resolution option that combines 4 images to improve fine detail and remove artifacts, but it also obtains the Astro Tracer mode, which tracks stars across the night sky using its built-in GPS, and it's a niche in particular feature that makes the K1 a terrific option for nightscapes or astrophotography, as it removes the need for an equatorial mount. It's also one of few cameras with built-in LED lights on the body, helpful when using the camera in the dark. Overall, Pentax's K1 Mark II is niche, but it provides a highly useful feature set that's ideal for capturing vast nightscapes, and it does so at quite a bargain. Coming at number 3, Canon's 5D Mark IV. Released in the fall of 2016, Canon's 5D Mark IV remains an ultra-popular release despite its age. It features a 30.4 megapixel sensor, a 3.2-inch touchscreen, dual card slots, weather sealing, and wireless connectivity. The Mark IV obtains the 61-point AF system from the 1DX Mark II with AF support to -3 EV. But with this 4th generation model, Canon bumped the resolution 8 megapixels or 36% over its predecessor, dramatically improving its fine detail. Yet even with more resolution, it still produces superior images with less noise and a better dynamic range, and it does so up to ISO 25600, making it also quite a strong choice for nightscapes. Overall, Canon's 5D Mark IV is a powerful all-rounder, and it has remained this way ever since its original debut. Coming in number 2, Nikon's D850. Released in the fall of 2017, Nikon's D850 is their latest ultra-high resolution DSLR. It features a 45.4 megapixel sensor, a 3.2-inch touchscreen, a top deck status LCD, focus bracketing, weather sealing, dual card slots, and wireless connectivity. With the D850, Nikon transferred their flagship 153-point AF system with AF support to -4 EV from their flagship D5. But crucially, this model offers 25% more resolution than the outgoing D810, capturing even more detail, yet its dynamic range is also better and the noise performance has improved nearly 2 stops to boot, and it even has the longest battery life of its pairs at 1840 shots per charge. Overall, Nikon's D850 proves DSLRs are a powerful and relevant option despite the trends towards mirrorless, and it continues as Nikon's best DSLR to date. Coming at number 1, Sony's A7R Mark IV. Released in the fall of 2019, Sony's A7R IV is their latest ultra-high resolution camera. It features a 60 megapixel sensor, a 3-inch tilting touchscreen, in-body stabilization, dual card slots, weather sealing, and wireless connectivity. The Mark IV obtains Sony's latest 567-point phase detect AF system with support to -3 EV, but at 60 megapixels, this camera produces unrivaled detail amongst other mirrorless cameras without officially stepping into medium format territory. But if that's not enough, it even boasts the pixel shift multi-shooting mode, creating a whopping 240 megapixel image, again outpacing all of rivals to date. Overall, Sony's A7R IV shines as the ultimate landscape camera. Not only does it offer class-leading resolution and unrivaled detail, but it also does so in a way that's more accessible than medium format. As such, it's your best bet if you're obsessed with capturing the most subtle details in a scene. So there you have it, my friends. There's our list of the top 10 best cameras for landscape photography. For more information, check out our website, photographypx.com. You can also look at the pinned comment in the description down below, and I'll take you right to the full post. I've been your host, Devaun Lennox. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found the contents of today's video insightful and it added value to you. If you're new here, please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Also, leave us a like and a comment in the description down below. Let us know if we overlooked something or we missed something that we covered in today's video. I've been your host, Devaun Lennox. Photography.